One of the oldest rivers in human history is drying up. But is this just another natural phenomenon, or a harbinger of the end of times? Today we'll explore what's happening to the Euphrates River, a river that's the subject of biblical prophecy, geopolitical tensions, and mysteries that defy science. The Euphrates River, which flows through Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, has been the cradle of civilizations for millennia. Since the times of Mesopotamia, ancient peoples such as the Sumerians, Akkadians, and Assyrians have thrived on its banks. Its waters fertilized fields and allowed empires to grow. One by one, great empires arose, and over time they changed or disappeared altogether. But now, this mighty river is drying up before our eyes at an accelerating rate that has even surprised scholars and governments in the region. Disputes over water in the region are nothing new, but the Euphrates crisis has intensified conflicts between the countries that share its waters. Turkey, where the river originates, has built a series of dams in recent years as part of its ambitious development project in southeastern Anatolia, which aims to generate electricity and irrigate agricultural land. However, these dams are significantly reducing the flow of water to Syria and Iraq, creating a scenario of fierce competition for water resources. Syria, already devastated by civil war, faces a dual crisis: the destruction caused by the conflict and the scarcity of water, which threatens its ability to feed its population and rebuild its economy. Iraq, for its part, is also suffering from the reduction of the waters of the Euphrates, which directly impacts agriculture, urban water supply, and power generation. Control over water resources has become a matter of survival for millions of people. These tensions between countries have the potential to trigger even more serious conflicts. Political leaders and geopolitical experts warn that water wars could become a reality, especially in the Middle East, where dry weather and increasing demand for water resources are exacerbating disputes. Water shortages not only fuel political instability, but also encourage the emergence of extremist groups that exploit the desperation of affected populations to recruit new members. This dispute has global repercussions. As the river dries up, the impact on food and energy supplies spreads, causing a crisis that goes beyond the borders of the Middle East. The collapse of water resources in the Euphrates could further destabilize the region, threatening global peace and creating new waves of refugees seeking to escape a future of hunger and scarcity. But was this tragedy foreseen? The sacred scriptures speak of this moment with frightening precision. Let us go back in time to the pages of the Old Testament. Prophet Jeremiah already warned us about the Euphrates, a drought against its waters, that they may dry up, for it is a land of idols. For many, these words are a warning that what is happening now in the Euphrates is divine punishment. The Bible describes the Euphrates as part of Eden, humanity's lost paradise. But now, instead of a fertile garden, the once blessed region is on the brink of collapse. And it doesn't stop there. In the book of Revelation, the last book in the New Testament, we find one of the most terrifying predictions. And the sixth angel poured out his bowl upon the great river Euphrates, and its water was dried up, that the way of the kings from the east might be prepared. According to this passage, the drying up of the Euphrates is a harbinger of an apocalyptic war. Many believe that we are witnessing the fulfillment of these prophecies now. In recent years, terrifying videos recorded in the region have gone viral on the internet. In them, mysterious sounds, which some believe to be demonic screams, echo from caves that were exposed by the receding waters. For the faithful, these sounds are a clear sign that evil spirits are awakening, preparing for the final battle between good and evil. Are these predictions coming true, or is there a scientific explanation for all this? While prophecies warn of an imminent end, scientists are trying to explain the phenomenon in a more rational way. Climate change, global warming, and the unbridled use of resources are some of the causes cited for the rapid desertification of the region. The water level of the Euphrates has been decreasing year after year, partly because of the dams built in Turkey, which control the flow of the river to neighboring countries. The lack of rain and the increase in temperatures are causing the river's natural cycle of flood and drought to be interrupted, and the consequences are devastating. Experts also point out that unsustainable agriculture and water waste have accelerated the process. Outdated irrigation techniques, used for millennia, are depleting the river's reserves, turning once fertile areas into arid deserts. But this raises another intriguing question. If all this is just a natural phenomenon, why aren't other major rivers in the world, in similar conditions, drying up as quickly as the Euphrates? The truth is that, whether for scientific or spiritual reasons, the situation in the Euphrates aligns eerily with biblical and Muslim prediction. In the Bible, the drying up of the Euphrates is a clear sign of the end times, paving the way for apocalyptic war. In Islam, an ancient prophecy states that when the Euphrates dries up, it will reveal treasures hidden for millennia. These treasures, however, would not bring prosperity or glory, but rather war, destruction, and the unbridled greed of men. And guess what? As the river recedes, ruins of lost civilizations begin to emerge, as if the very secrets of history are being unearthed from the depth. Cities over 3,400 years old, which have been submerged for centuries, now appear before the eyes of archaeologists and curious onlookers. They are remnants of a time when kings and empires thrived on the banks of this mighty river. But the real question is, are these discoveries the hidden treasures spoken of in Islamic prophecies? Could these ancient finds be the key to the beginning of a new cycle of conflict and violence in the region? The link between the receding waters and the revelation of historical ruins raises troubling questions. Could there be something else hidden in the depths of the Euphrates? Something that has yet to be discovered that, if revealed, could irreversibly inflame geopolitical tensions in the region. Prophecies speak of riches and secrets so valuable that nations would be willing to sacrifice everything to acquire them. What exactly is about to be unearthed? The geopolitical landscape in the Middle East is already a powder keg, and water shortages are shaping up to be a potential trigger for a catastrophic conflict. Competition for water resources such as the Euphrates not only creates tensions between countries, but also intensifies internal crises. A regional conflict could escalate quickly, dragging in major global powers and plunging the world into a new era of instability. And it wouldn't be the first time the region has found itself on the brink of war over its natural resources. The history of the Middle East is marked by disputes over oil, gas, and now water, a resource more precious than ever. And when ancient prophecies and hidden treasures enter the scene, the line between mysticism and political reality becomes dangerously thin. Whether viewed through the lens of science or faith, the fact is that the drying up of the Euphrates River represents a real and imminent danger. The scarcity of drinking water is already transforming the lives of millions of people in the region. The fauna and flora that depend on these waters are disappearing, and the economic impact is already being felt. For scientists, we are seeing the consequences of centuries of mismanagement of natural resources. For religious people, we are witnessing the fulfillment of apocalyptic prophecies. But what do you believe? Are we really on the brink of the end of the world, as predicted by ancient sacred texts? Or can humanity reverse this situation with immediate and sustainable actions? Regardless of what you believe, one thing is certain. The future of the Euphrates River and the many lives that depend on it are at risk. And if history has taught us anything, it is that when nature gives us signs, it is best pay attention. And now, the question is for you. What is happening to the Euphrates River? Are we seeing the fulfillment of ancient prophecies, or are we simply facing the consequences of human actions? Leave your comment and share your opinion. This is a debate that goes beyond science, beyond faith. It is a question of survival. If you like this video, leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content that makes us question the future of humanity.